Welcome back, fam. You're watching Gettoit Media. They say the truth is stranger than fiction, but in 2026, the truth is just louder. Today, we're following the trail from the Oval Office to the reels on your feed. Let's get to it. First, the facts from the Associated Press. President Trump is standing his ground after a racist video depicting the Obamas as primates was posted to his account. He told reporters on Air Force One, "I didn't make a mistake."
The White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to
I
fire
looked at it. No, I looked at it. I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There's a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they'd look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't. And they posted, and we took it down, and we turned it. You know, but that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. They had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered. If you look at where it came from, I guess it was a takeoff on the Lion King, and certainly it was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that was at the end. If they would have looked, they would have seen it, and probably they would have had the sense to take it down. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's
Yo, he did not just say it's boring. I didn't even see this.
This asshole on the right, you see this asshole that's about to laugh? Push play, he's gonna laugh.
pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But
This
credible
piece of
information.
shit standing next to Trump. You know who the fuck that is? That's Harold Lutnick. Yeah, type in Harold Lutnick. He was the majority owner of Cantor Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Cantor Fitzgerald was one of the most decimated companies when the buildings collapsed in New York City in September.
It was at one of the top floors, right?
Yes. And he miraculously wasn't there that day. He was always there, but that day, he wasn't there. He was best friends with Epstein, laughing in our fucking faces.
But the internet isn't buying the staffer error excuse. We're seeing a massive wave of reactions. Silent Middle Child just dropped a reel calling out the post for what it is, a trope as old as time.
He posted them as monkeys. He posted a video of Barack and Michelle Obama as monkeys. It wasn't an accident or a rogue staffer, as the White House claimed, because Trump said that he watched and approved the video, that he wasn't sorry, did nothing wrong, and that nobody would be fired because of it. It wasn't an unimportant meme, as Levitt claims, except that it was miming one of the oldest, most well-known, most hateful and racist caricatures of black people that dates back to the days of the slave trade, that they are subhuman and therefore animals. And it isn't new, because this is the person that Trump has always been. From the 60s and 70s, where Trump and his father were slumlords that denied housing to people of color so regularly that the Civil Rights Division of the DOJ sued him, to 1989, where Trump took out a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the execution of several black teenagers who were falsely accused of the rape of a woman in Central Park, and him later claiming in 2014, after their exoneration, that they were still guilty and that their convictions should not have been voided, to 2008, when Trump was one of the primary public figures pushing birther conspiracy claims about Barack Obama in an effort to prevent a black man from becoming president. This is who Trump has always been, and it's been no secret. So I don't want to hear Republican members of Congress condemning Trump's actions, because they, more than anybody, have always known who he is, and this is hardly the worst of his crimes. If they're so serious, they can vote to impeach him. That goes for the Democrat representatives too. If you're not calling for his impeachment already for everything else that has happened, much less for this, you're controlled opposition. And for all the voters who have changed their mind because of Trump's post on social media today, I'll take it. You're late to the game, but we need all the allies we can get to get Trump out of office. You can start helping by calling your reps and demanding his impeachment too. And for the rest of us who have always known who Trump is, the next No Kings protest is on March 28th, and we need to break 10 million attendees. That's a little over a month to rally your communities. Make use of the time. See you there.
Kaitlan asked a hard question about the Epstein survivors and the redacted files. Trump's response? He called her the worst reporter and told her he's never seen her smile.
The Epstein files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I didn't. I have a lot of things I'm doing, and a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned 2 names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. So, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. Now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors?
And Rich by Design isn't holding back either, saying the racism here is undeniable.
I expect that from white racists, not from all white people, but from white racists, I expect that. But some of you, boy, black people have just as many internal threats as they do external threats. And at some point, these people should be excommunicated out of the black community. And I'm sure if you are a tap dancing Sambo, you're looking at me like, so? No, not so. If you rock over there, stay over there. If you rock with a freaking white nationalist, racist freaking leader, then stay over there. Don't come back to the black community. Don't claim black.
We don't want you over here, period.
None of that shit. A motherfucker once said that if you choose not to be friends with someone, associate with someone just because they have a different political affiliation or a different opinion than you, then there's something wrong with you. Let me tell you something, you fucktard. There's nothing wrong with differences in opinions.
It ain't.
But we cannot have differences in our morals.
Guys, this speaks a lot to a lot of the black people on the internet who champion Trump, dog. Y'all are the biggest sellouts in the world, and I can't wait to see the tap dancing and all of the goalpost moving y'all do in order to substantiate your claim that he is not racist after this. That's going to be, man, just imagine Officer Tatum or one of these guys like that who are really supportive of Trump. The creative ways they're going to have to try to maneuver to get out of this.
I'm black and I didn't get offended. Yeah, we know, weak link, weak ass bitch. We can smell that shit on you, weak ass.
Disrespectful. Now listen, someone flat out asked a Republican about this video and what did he have to say about it. It's embarrassing to say the least, man, the way he's juke moving around a question.
Congressman, I want to ask you about a video that President Trump posted on Truth Social overnight. He's got millions of followers there. The video was about voter ID and election reform, but at the end, and I don't know if you can see this, it included a brief image of the Obamas, an overtly racist image of the former First Lady and the President as apes here. Now, it was at the end of the video. I don't know for sure whether the president saw it, but is this the type of message a president of the United States, under any circumstance, should be sending out to millions of people?
Well, I've not seen that video till you just showed it to me, but look, what I've tried to do, and I tried to do it on your show today, the number one thing that we need to do is elevate the conversation. I want to have more transparency in the government. So reason, even though I'm a conservative, I come on CNN, let's have a thoughtful discussion about how we move forward in reforming our election systems. We have challenges overseas in Iran, and I hope we can elevate our debate in general in America, because what I saw recently this week in my own financial services committee were Democrats yelling at our own Secretary of the Treasury because they're worried about losing a primary campaign.
But that wasn't the question, sir. How do you feel about this video?
And again, in the theme of elevating the discussion, and I know you weren't aware of that video. I don't think you were before we just showed it to you. But should it remain on Truth Social? Is that the kind of thing in the spirit of elevation you would like to see the president take down?
Well, I'll take a look at it right after a show. You kind of threw it at me right here.
Yeah.
But it's something, again, all I can control is what I can control. That's what my mom and dad taught me. And what I try to do is elevate the conversation.
Yeah, right. You know you saw it. It isn't the first time seeing that, dog. I know the group chat went crazy after this, dog. He answered nothing. Word salad, bro. This is why you can't trust these politicians, especially the ones who side with Donald Trump.
This is why we do what we do. We filter the noise so you can see the moves. All the links to these clips are in the description so you can judge for yourself, protect your peace, protect your assets, and hit that subscribe button. I'm Jennifer. Get to it.
Except they would eat us and extract our melanin for riches and experiment on us and torture us and rape our children and our mothers and our men. Yeah, and then poison our communities and our media and our education and our music just to rebrand slavery so no one asks questions, because this isn't slavery. It's just a glamorized version of it. And then they sit back and watch and laugh as they give everyone the scraps in the shortest month of the year to celebrate our history that they rewrote and they ruined and they poisoned. Yeah. And then they just laugh as their indoctrination passes from generation to generation. What are people gonna do about it? We're not angry enough, but happy Black History Month, you guys. Happy Black History Month. Black people weren't allowed on Epstein's island.